Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alice. Today we're going to be carrying on with our Hypopressives Morning Minis series where we've got 6 different poses, 22 vacuums for the perfect practice to start your day off. So today we're going to be starting off in lunge position. If you're familiar with the Hypopressives breathwork and the foundational poses, then you can join me. And if you're not, then have a little look in the description and there are some ways that we can help you there. And I've got a beginner's playlist where you can dip your toes in. So lunge position is going to be our starting pose today. So check your feet are a hand length apart. Soften your knees, check your pelvis is in neutral. We're going to have our hands in first position just to start off with here. And we're going to step back with the right leg. So you want to imagine that your feet are on train tracks. Knee above your ankle at the front, this leg a tiny bit soft, pelvis is forwards, and then we're going to come into a slight lean here, kind of almost like diver position where we hip hinge. Feet are evenly weighted, hands in first position here. You're looking for a line from your heel to the top of the head. Okay, so inhale, nice steady breath all the way through your rib cage. As you exhale, keep that lovely sense of length through your spine and through the top of your head. Super. Inhale. And exhale. Shoulders down and back. One more breath here. And on this exhale, we're going to bring the right arm up to the top. Draw the shoulders down. You're going to hold your breath, pause. Slowly stretch your ribs here. So make sure you've still got that line from the heel to the top of the head. Shoulders are down, eye line slightly on that diagonal there. Super. And then inhale and exhale, bring the arm down. Lovely. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here. Exhale, hold your breath, stretch your ribs, and this time we're going to bring both arms up to the top, nice and slowly, keep yourself nice and still, shoulders down, feel that length, and stretch through the vacuum there. And we're going to inhale here, and exhale, bring your arms down. Lovely. So step forward with the right leg, step back with the left leg. Again, you want to have your feet facing forwards, hip distance apart, almost like they're on train tracks, pelvis forwards. We're going to hip hinge forward into the starting position here, hands in first position. Inhale, exhale and lengthen. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here. On this exhale, bring the left arm up to the top, shoulders down. You're going to hold your breath, stretch your ribs here. So keep lengthening through the waist. Feet are evenly weighted, shoulders are down, eye line slightly down on the wall in front of you. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale here. Exhale, bring your arm down, back into first position. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath, stretch your ribs, arms coming all the way to the top. Draw your shoulders down, keep that lovely length from the heel that's back to the top of the head there. Lovely. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale here and exhale, bring your arms down. We're going to come down into kneeling position. So toes tucked under at the back, knees and feet hip distance apart. Drop the pelvis a tiny bit at the back, hands in first position. We're going to rock a tiny bit forwards, leading with the front of your thighs there. So not hinging at the waist. The tiniest rock forwards. Shoulders down, nice and open through the front of the chest. Inhale and exhale. Just going to do one more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. Keep that lovely length. Chin is back. Check as it comes forwards. Nice and long. Should feel really good there. Should feel a little bit of tugging in the throat there. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale. Exhale, float your arms into second position. Lovely. Inhale, 360 breath all the way through the rib cage. And exhale. And then one more here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs here. Keep that tiny forward tilt. Lovely. And then inhale here. On the exhale, float your arms up into third position. Shoulders are down, eyes ahead. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath here. Nice slow exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs here. This time we're going to just draw back on the breath hold if you can and come into quadruped position. Fingertips are either going to be towards each other or facing forwards here. So keep the toes tucked under, face directly facing the floor here, and we're going to do 3 back curls, obviously with the breathing leading up to it in between. Inhale, 360 breath all the way through your rib cage. Exhale and lengthen. Breathing into the sides and into your back. And exhale. And then one more breath here. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. You're going to curl your head looking towards your belly button. Curl the back up towards the ceiling. Lengthening through your arms there. Lovely. And then inhale. Exhale back into the neutral back position there. Lovely. Inhale. And exhale. And then one more breath here. And exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. So head curl, looking towards your belly button. Curling your back up towards the ceiling there. Lovely. Feel that length and stretch through the curve, through your back. And then inhale. And exhale back into a neutral spine there. And then we're going to do one more breath here. Inhale. Nice slow exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. So again, curling your head, looking towards your belly button. Curling your back up towards the ceiling. Lengthening through the arms there. And then inhale. And exhale back into the neutral back there. So we do a little bit of rocking with a knee lift. So inhale, rocking back just a few inches to lengthen through the glutes. Exhale, coming forwards into normal quadruped position. Inhale, rocking back. Again, just to lengthen through the glutes, so make sure you're not tucking. Exhale, coming forwards. And then we're going to do one more here. Inhale, rocking back. Exhale, coming forwards. And then hold your breath, stretch your ribs. So we're going to load through the arms, keeping nice and aligned through the back. Just going to lift the knees there, just a little bit. Feels very different, this pose, feels very core, less vacuumy, but you've got the vacuum there, you've got that lovely low pressure in charge. And then inhale and exhale. So some really lovely safe body weight training there if you've got pelvic floor symptoms. So inhale, rocking back. Exhale, come forwards. And then one more here. Inhale, rocking back. Exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. So we're going to load through again and lift. Feel that length through your spine. Light body weight training, and then inhale and exhale. And then just one more breath here. So inhale, rock back. Exhale, come forward. And then hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. So we're going to load forward and lift. Again, hold that position for as long as you can with the vacuum. Lovely. And then inhale when you're ready. Bringing the knees down. We're going to come onto the floor into asymmetrical legs position here. So we're going to start off by dorsiflexing at the ankles. We're going to pop the left foot on the right knee. You're going to want to just draw that knee all the way in towards your right hand there, so you're not reaching over. So shoulders should be nice and kind of, settled into the floor. Keep those toes tucked up there. Pressing that knee towards the hand and pressing the hand towards the knee to create a little bit of light tension through the arm and the leg there. And we're just going to do 2 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here. And exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs here. Keep pressing that knee towards your hand. Elbows are out. Feel that length through the top of the head, through the waist. You can draw the heel that's on the floor just towards you a little bit if you want to as well. And then inhale. And exhale. One more breath here. And exhale. So you're going to hold your breath here, pause, slowly stretch your ribs, and this time we're just going to bring that leg up into the air, draw your leg towards the hand there. Lovely. And then we're going to stay here. So inhale and exhale. One more breath here. And exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs there. Holding that breath hold for as long as you can. Elbows are out. Draw that leg towards your hand there. And then inhale, exhale when you're ready. So we'll switch over. We're going to put the right foot on the left knee. Draw that knee towards the hand. Right hand up at the top here. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath here. And exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. Keep lengthening. Draw the heel that's on the floor into the ground a bit if you want to. Shoulders are on the floor. Elbows are out. Knee pressing towards the hand there. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale. And exhale. One more breath here. Nice slow exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs and then bringing that right leg up into the air. Draw that leg towards the hand there. Foot dorsiflexed. And then inhale when you're ready. And exhale. And then we're just going to do one more breath here. Nice slow exhale. And then hold your breath. Stretch your ribs here. Nice and long through that leg. Elbows out. Lovely. And then inhale when you're ready. And exhale, pop that leg down. And we're going to do bridge position. So arms on the floor in that low V position. Feet not too far ahead because you want your knees above your ankles when you come up. We're going to do 2 breaths here and come up for the vacuum. So inhale and exhale. One more breath here. And exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. So tipping up, drawing up through the knees. You're going to bring your arms up to the top as you just sort of check in with your vacuum there. So gently keep stretching the ribs there in case they drop down a little bit as you were coming up. Lovely. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale here. Staying up, we're just going to bring the arms down. And then we're going to do one more breath here. Keep the exhale nice and light. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs. And then again, just bringing the arms up to the top, reaching towards your fingertips there. Lovely. I'm going to keep in this position if you want to, or you can drop down for the next one. When you're ready to take a breath, we're going to inhale and exhale. Arms are coming down. Stay up here if you want to, or drop down is fine. Inhale and exhale. I'm going to do one more breath here to finish. And exhale. Hold your breath. Stretch your ribs, arms coming all the way to the top, nice and slowly, reaching towards your fingertips there, pressing your feet into the floor, feeling that length and stretch through the vacuum. And then inhale and exhale. So bring your arms down, slowly lowering down, rolling over, coming up. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you got on all right. Do leave me a comment below the video and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.